10 minutes past 8 o'clock. It is Tuesday morning, the 9th day of July, 2024. Good morning, everybody. I'm Scott Nicklin. Thanks for tuning in to KSJE 90.9 FM, over the air, of course, here in San Juan County, New Mexico. In Durango, Colorado, we broadcast all the time at 103.3 FM. And if you're anywhere else on the planet and want to tune in and hear what we're up to, just go to our website to listen. Streaming all the time right there at ksje.com. I also want to welcome our viewers this morning who are joining us. Our video is streaming out live to the KSJE Facebook page and also to our YouTube channel. So welcome aboard, everyone. I am so glad that you are with us this morning, because coming up, a special program with the Farmington Chamber of Commerce. Jamie Church is here along with a very special guest. She has invited Justin Pioche along with her this morning. Of course, Justin is part of the Pioche Food Group, talking about some of his recent travels and some of the things he's got planned for the future. All that coming your way in the next few moments right here on KSJE this morning. Then, of course, later on this hour, I'll be checking in with Amber Francisco over at the Farmington Regional Animal Shelter. Amber will be telling us about some of the pets available for adoption this week, so stay tuned for that. Coming your way right here at 8:50 a.m. on KSJE. Then, of course, Mick Hess is going to take over the airwaves, Roving with the Arts, our weekday classical music program, coming your way after the news at 9:06 on KSJE as well. And then later on today, of course, it is baseball season here on KSJE. The Farmington City Tournament is underway. The first two games got off last night. We have two more games for you tonight from Ricketts Park at 5:30 and 7:30. Pre-game show starts a half an hour before that, of course. Catch all the action live from Ricketts Park to find out who the host team will be for this year's Connie Mack World Series coming up in just a couple of weeks, so stay tuned for that. Baseball tonight on KSJE Radio. Don't forget, you can also connect with us on X and Instagram in addition to Facebook and YouTube. And if you're a podcast person, we've got KSJE Podcasts, places where you're probably already listening to podcasts. So just subscribe for free and check out a new local program that you may have missed recently. Outside our studios here at San Juan College, it is currently sunny, 68 degrees at the moment. We're expecting more sunshine today. Today's high topping out around 90 degrees. Clear skies overnight. The low 67, 92 for a high tomorrow. Partly sunny and 92 on Thursday, 93 on Friday, 95 by Saturday. But take a look, maybe a chance of showers developing on Saturday night, and then again on Sunday night and into Monday. We'll see if that materializes or not. I'll be back with my guests from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce and the Pioche Food Group right after this on KSJE. KSJE is supported by San Juan Regional Medical Center, whose vision is to deliver world-class care, making life better for the communities they are privileged to serve. Offering a comprehensive range of inpatient, outpatient, and emergency care services so residents can live life better here. San Juan Regional Medical Center, community owned and operated, here for you. KSJE is supported by Music in the Mountains, a world-class classical music festival based in Durango, Colorado, offering orchestra, chamber, and world music concerts from July 11th through August 4th. This year, the concerts come to you with free mobile stage performances in the region, plus other unique venues throughout the area. Find out more about Music in the Mountains at musicinthemountains.com. KSJE is supported by Branches of Care Clinic, providing affordable care with monthly memberships, located inside Care Drug in Aztec. Offering flexible scheduling and same-day appointments, services include quick care appointments, DOT and non-DOT physicals, as well as sports physicals. Their provider specializes in women's health. They also offer help with weight management. Find out more about Branches of Care Clinic inside Care Drug in Aztec at caredrugwithak.com. Joining me here in Studio A for her regular visit with me, I'm so happy to have back in the studio, Jamie Church is here from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce. Good morning. Happy summer.
Good morning. It is summer.
Right?
You're right. We're in July. This is
We
my
are.
birthday month.
Oh, happy
Me
birthday
and about
month.
50 other people.
Okay.
Are born in July, including our country.
So you're in good company.
States of America. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it is It is summer for sure, and there's a lot going on, as you know.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
With theater and Connie Mack, and
Yes.
then our event, our Tees and Tunes golf tournament.
Right, of course.
This is the third annual, so I'm finally figuring out what I'm doing after 3 years with the golf tournament. And then, of course, Music by the Pond. And
Right.
so that is at the Country Club. It is sold out, but
Yeah.
it is a great event. And a way to kind of thank and celebrate our members, and it's a beautiful location. And we have live music, Julie and the Boys, which is the first time we've used that band, so I'm excited about that. And yeah, looking forward to that. So that's coming up, and then we've got,
Very cool.
of course, a lot of other things as well. So if you
Right.
want to stay tuned to our Facebook page, we have some exciting news about the opening of Whataburger,
Oh.
which will be happening. We will be doing an event. Details are forthcoming. That will be on Monday the 15th.
Okay.
And I think you have a graphic for my next coffee. Yes,
We do.
Very
Right. The Focus
excited
on
about
Farmington
this.
Coffee event.
Yes. So very excited about this. This is at Trace Rios Habitat for Humanity in their Restore. And we've been planning this for probably 6 or 7 months. They've been wanting to do a coffee. I've been wanting to do one there. But again,
Yeah.
with just doing one coffee a month, sometimes the schedule gets kind of stacked up. But this is I love the Restore. I love the idea of this nonprofit and what they do. I love messing around with my house. I love doing things. And I think that for most people, having a home and a house of their own is just, to them, that is, security and stability and
Sure.
success and all of these things. So this is a way that you can help people to get those homes through Habitat for Humanity. They have the store, and I've donated things to the store, things when we've had a construction project or a remodel or something at our house, leftover things can be donated there. And then
Right.
anybody can go in and shop there. And I've gone in and shopped there just to see if I could find some unique items. So anyway, our coffee is Friday, July 19th.
Right.
It starts at 9 a.m. And again, these are free. They're always free and open to anybody in the community who wants to come. But if you don't know much about Habitat for Humanity or what the Restore does, it's going to be great. So
Right.
I hope you'll come.
Very cool. And just for our radio audience, we will mention that the Restore is located at 1915 East Murray Drive.
Yes, thank
But
you.
you should already know where it is,
You should.
listeners. But in case you don't, it is a great resource, as you mentioned. And I've donated stuff there too. So
And yes.
shopped and bought stuff too.
Actually, I'm thinking the morning of the coffee, I may actually be dropping stuff off
Well, there you
because
go.
I'm thinking about all the things I have around my
works.
house that are
Yeah.
really perfect to donate. So
Right, that works.
Anyway, a really neat cause, and also great to volunteer. And I'm sure they're
Yes.
going to have information about that. I know they have some other things coming up too. They've got a car show and some things like that we've been sharing in our chamber newsletter.
Right.
Like any nonprofit, they have to do events to help raise money to continue with the mission of their nonprofit. So they have a lot of neat stuff coming up. But again, that is Friday, July 19th, and free. So you should come down.
Go check it out
That's
and explore the Restore and learn more about Trace Rios Habitat for Humanity. Again, I think they've selected a family, and I think they're working on the site for the next house that they are building with this family. So
Yes.
that's exciting too, because
It is
as you
very
mentioned,
exciting.
having a home really does create that sense of security and community and
Right.
all those other things we talk about.
And I think that's exactly it. The homes in the community and families that's how you get established in a community. And so I think it's a great project, and I think it's a great nonprofit. So
Oh, yeah.
very excited we were able to finally schedule a coffee there.
Very much so. And a
yeah.
great organization and a great track record here in San Juan
Yes.
County. Lots of families are in homes because of Trace Rios Habitat for Humanity. So that's great. So
Yes. Anyway,
nice job.
thanks.
Yes.
Thanks. And then we do have a business after hours coming up on July 25th.
Okay.
Zia Media and Marketing, and we don't have quite the flyer on that out, but it's coming soon. I've been told. If you haven't been down to Zia Media and Marketing, it is such a cool space. They bought that and have completely remodeled and redecorated it, and it is so amazing. It's
Main Street,
just
downtown.
Main Street, right next to Orchard Park Plaza, right next to it's right there at the corner of Orchard and Main. And it's just, it looks like what you would find if you went into something in like Seattle, or, it's just
Okay.
in like a big city, the way they have it decorated. And so you can learn more about Zia Media and Marketing and all the things they do by coming to the Business After Hours. And again, it's July 25th. And the business after hours always start about 5 and go to about 7. I know they're working on food and drinks and all of that right now, but really great crew of people. I have known Stephen Mirabal since Tanner, our middle son, was like 15. He took guitar lessons from Stephen way back in the day. So I've known Stephen for a long time, and they're a great group of people.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very good. Well, we'll look forward to getting more details about
Yes,
that.
more details.
And stay tuned. But as you said, the Chamber Facebook page is probably the place to
Yes.
keep apprised of all these things that are coming.
Right, exactly.
So-
Just keep watching our
Or this
page.
show,
Then
but,
we
you know,
Yes, exactly. So, yeah, we share everything on that Facebook page, actually.
You
So
do?
when I see things about the theater,
Yeah.
or other events such as Desert River Guides is doing a float trip coming up in conjunction with Wines of the San Juan. So anything our chamber members are doing, and if I see it on my personal page, then I just automatically share it onto our chamber page. And so there's a lot of information. It's not just chamber things. It's just anything that's either community.
Definitely chamber member things.
Yes,
Yeah,
chamber
which is
member
great.
or anything community that I feel, wow, that's really doing something great for the community. Let's share it and give them even more exposure. So follow the page.
There you go.
Like the page.
Exactly, if you haven't already. That's very
right.
true. And you've brought another guest with you this
I
month, so I'm excited to
have.
have your guest here, because
I
we're trying to get your guest
know.
here for a while, and you made it happen, so thank you.
You're welcome. And I'm excited about this guest too.
Okay, very good. You going to introduce it? Want me to?
No, I was gonna let you introduce
I get to. Okay, well, we're very excited.
Yes.
Very talented, and like I said, been trying to get him here for a while. I've been enjoying his craft for a while, and very talented. Justin Pioche is here this morning from the Pioche Food Group, and Justin, it's great to have you here. Welcome to KSJE.
Good to be here. Thank you, everybody, for having me.
You bet. You've got a lot going on, and again, very talented. You have kind of made a name for yourself, if I do say so myself, in the culinary world, and have gotten some pretty nice accolades, I think, from your peers and others. And so, congratulations.
Thank you.
And just tell us a little bit about you and your, I guess, your path to being this noted chef now that you are.
Alrighty, so my name is Justin Pioche. I'll introduce myself in Navajo because we are on Navajo land, basically. So, Justin Pioche Nishe, Ashihin Nishnip, Itani Bashiching, Kinyani Dashache, Twitchini Dashanele. And yeah, I'm a Salt Clan Navajo, born for the Folded Arms people. I was born out here in Farmington, New Mexico, and I grew up a lot around the Phoenix area when I was a little bit younger, and then when I got older as well, I moved back, and that's where I got my formal training, basically. But Pioche Food Group, I started with my sister in around 2021 or so. We finally got our LLC. There's my mom on the side. She's our momager. Basically, the foundation for us growing into what we have been able to become thus far. And we do a lot of private dining. We do a lot of catering. We do a 9-course dining experience called Loremi, where we like to highlight different Navajo foods in a little bit more of a modern upscale setting. So we're not really changing the recipes so much, but more so just what traditional Navajo food can look like in 2024. But it also helps create conversation, especially in getting kids involved in food and like the stories that we have to tell, especially from around this area. We also have a food trailer that we vend out of for bigger events like Arizona Bike Week. We've been out there. A few other different events. Riverfest we've done here a couple times. And if that's not enough, whenever we have time, we try to help out at a nonprofit educational farm called Navajo Ethno Agriculture out in Ninahanza, not too far from here as well. And we get to teach students about agriculture from start to end, from putting seeds into the ground to harvesting to irrigation to even all the way down to preservation. And we get to teach these students around our area, and it's been a really gnarly trips so far. And last year, we were nominated for Best Chef Southwest by the James Beard Foundation. Shout out to them. And things are just moving along very quickly, so we're trying to stay on top of everything as much as possible. Like Jamie, we have a lot of different outlets and a lot of things that we have our hands into, but somehow it just makes sense, and we're super glad to be able to represent Farmington on a national level.
Very good. Now, go back and talk a little bit more about this James Beard Award, because you kind of just mentioned that really quickly, and I think that deserves a little bit of more coverage, because that's not nothing. That's a big thing to me, right?
Yeah. So
and in the culinary world, it's a big thing.
Yeah, James Beard. He was a guy, of course. He helped highlight a lot of different chefs in his own special way, and he's a legend. But so the James Beard Foundation gives out awards every year for different parts of the country. So Best Chef California, ours was Best Chef Southwest. But anyway, so it's kind of like the Emmys for chefs in our realm, basically. And I'm not really sure how I got nominated, but we did get nominated, and we went all the way to the finalist spot. And just to be nominated is a feat in itself. You know what I mean? It was a great honor to actually be able to represent Navajo and be out there. I think we were the only Navajos out there no, we had a couple friends that came out because they're a part of the James Beard Foundation as well in their own right and whatnot. So but there has been more Native representation there lately, and it's pretty awesome seeing that aspect. And we're super proud to be a part of the whole journey that James Beard has been putting me on. I just got back actually from Chicago not too long ago, and I did a panel with a bunch of different chefs. One of the chefs there actually was Rick Bayless, and he's been on TV for 20 plus years or something like that, and he has 7 James Beard Awards. And I get to call him my friend now. It's pretty gnarly. I get, my heroes are becoming my friends, and it's so cool. I'm super glad that.
You know what? I think they're saying the same about you. That now they're friends with Justin Pioche.
I hope so.
I think they are.
But yeah, it's been really cool. The year before that, 2022, I was actually a James Beard judge for the Southwest area. So that's kind of how I got my foot into the door. But they also asked me to do a panel during that year as well. And then, things have just been rolling along pretty quickly. And I've done a couple boot camps with them as well. Boot camp is basically you go to like a different city with a bunch of different chefs, and you learn from each other. They talk about issues going on around the United States, whether it be regarding food or cultural or just hiring people, not based on your accolades, but keeping everybody equal, I guess you can say, you know what I mean? Equal pay, equal opportunities, regardless of race and sex and all that, you know what I mean? So it's really it's great to be a part of that conversation now, because I get to put in my input. And I always tell them whenever I'm talking, I can't speak for everybody in the United States, but I can speak about the Navajo part, because that's basically where I am, where I'm from. And I try not to force my ideologies on them, because they face their own different problems in their own part of the United States or the world. And so I just try to learn as much as I can and bring back whatever information I've accumulated out there with these awesome people and incorporate that into our food program.
Very, very good. And with your food, Justin, I mean, in the recipes that you share and that you create, right? You mentioned that it's based mostly on traditional Navajo foods, but do you change it up a little bit, or is it mostly with the presentation, or how would you describe the foods that you create?
So I always tell people our meals and our menus aren't 100% Navajo all the time, because we do like to eat as well, you know. And then so we one of the chefs that we got to learn from, we actually did, it's called a stage, and we'll get to that as well here in a little bit, one upcoming one. But a stage is an unpaid internship for chefs, and we go to a restaurant and we learn whatever we can for however long we're able to be there. And you're not paid, but you just go get your butt kicked and learn as much as you can. So, but we got to go to this restaurant called Ever, and they're actually featured on the show coming up, or show right now called The Bear. It's getting a lot of recognition. Like Tia and I actually got to go stage at the restaurant that the main character's cousin went to go stage at, and he was polishing forks all day and whatnot. But Tia and I were actually in the kitchen, and Chef Curtis Duffy, he's the chef at that restaurant, and he told us, cook food that you would want to cook, like, because, or you would want to eat, I'm sorry, because why would you want to cook something that you can't eat and then you're trying to serve that to somebody else? You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't make sense. And to me, that blew my mind. But just those little simple details, you know what I mean? And so I'm allergic to melons, and so you don't see melons on our menu very often. But every now and then, I will try to reach out and like put myself at some sort of a little risk just to challenge myself, I guess you can say. But so with that being said, we do love to eat, and so I like to create food that I would want to see out here in Farmington, New Mexico, being that we're a border town, but it's also a big, huge meat and potatoes area. You know what I mean? Everybody wants big portions, fast, and they want it cheap, like now. But with that being said, it's not too hard to bring different things from outside of our state into here and then showcase it, especially during our 9-course dining experience, Lorami. That's where we get to play with food however we want to. Our corporate menus are a little more for this area and stuff like that, but Lorami, I think, is where we were able to shine, because we'll play with a lot of liquid nitrogen, spherification, a lot of different modern techniques and whatnot. We'll serve things that are supposed to be hot, cold, vice versa, and things that are supposed to be a solid as a liquid, and vice versa as well. And I was always told, like, don't put anything on the plate that you can't eat. Like, I'm not gonna put a rock on a plate just because it looks cool. You know what I mean? Nobody can eat a rock. I mean, unless you got teeth made out of steel, I guess, you know. But yeah, so to answer your question, like, it's not 100% Navajo, all of our menus, but we do try to highlight spots here and there, especially when it comes to our speaking engagements, because I feel that's more important to tell the stories of, like, where our people have come from and all the adversities and the tragedies, you know what I mean? Like, fry bread in itself is a really sad story of how we came about getting fry bread, and it is part of our culture. It's not traditional Navajo food, I guess you can say, but I feel telling the story, if I'm going to serve it, is I'm knocking out two birds with one stone. Like, I'm giving you comfort food, but I'm also giving you a little bit of knowledge about how we got these foods and all the above.
Sure.
Hopefully that answered your question.
It did. No, it very much did. And from your traveling and exposure with these other restaurants and other chefs and things like that, are you seeing any trends in the restaurant business or the food industry or thing? I mean, I think we're all trying to eat healthier and things like that. Is there kind of that push to keep offering healthier options for customers? Is that kind of what they're looking for, or do they really want that meat and potatoes menu?
So around the country, I've been seeing a lot of more home style cooking, I guess, you know what I mean?
The comfort food kind of thing? Yeah.
So for a long time, there was this big jump for, like, everything super modern, super, like, just outlandish, I guess you can say, like Willy Wonka style kind of food.
Okay.
It was, and that still really, it gets me going creatively, I guess you can say. But yeah, across the United States, I've seen more restaurants kind of slowing down a little bit. It still looks very beautiful, but it's more of like a homey aspect, I guess you can say, because, I mean, I've been hearing the conversation from different chefs that fine dining isn't what it used to be. It's not paying the bills. It's not lucrative. You can't just keep, I guess, grazing the land and then hoping that the land will give back to you what it has been giving, because we're everybody's been eating out more and more lately, it seems like. But they don't want just like these really fancy foods all the time. Everybody wants, I mean, we all love comfort food, you know, and so like I feel that that's kind of what's going on right now in the culinary world. I really dislike the term farm to table because that's just like a given. Like it has to come from a farm in order for it to go to your table anyway. You know what I mean?
Okay. True.
And even there's a big push for, to me, those are just like catchphrases, you know. But there's also the other one, regenerative agriculture. But I feel I've learned from some of my teachers, mentors, even around this area. One of them, his name's Carlos. He taught me that had we been doing what our native people have been doing for millennia, farm-wise, we wouldn't have to redo anything because we were always thinking about the land. We were putting different seeds in rotation to make sure that the soil gets different nutrients and there's balance, basically, you know what I mean? In Navajo, we call it Jon, kind of like yin and yang sort of a thing.
Right, sure.
But yeah, so I guess that's my little take on the whole food properties and
Got it.
respect for the land and whatnot.
Understood. Very good. But if somebody hires you and they want liquid nitrogen coming out of I don't know what, but you could do that probably, right?
Yeah,
You'd be happy to put a menu together with that.
Oh, of course.
Or what have you. So there you go. So you've got a big trip coming up too. I think we want to ask you about it as well, and that's kind of an exciting thing. Tell me a little bit about the.
So again, back to the bear. There was a restaurant mentioned on there a bunch of times. The restaurant's called Noma. And at one point, Chef Rene Redzepi and his team, they were nominated, they were best restaurant in the world 4 times in a row at one point by the San Pellegrino's 50 Best. And so that comes out every year, 50 best restaurants around the whole world, basically. And they had it 4 years in a row. The only other restaurant to beat them a long time ago was a restaurant called El Bulli, and they had it 5 times in a row. And so El Bulli just changed the way everybody thinks about food. Like they're the ones who really like started this whole molecular gastronomy movement, basically. And it's so awesome seeing like how many chefs they have influenced throughout the world and history and all the above. And so the restaurant Noma, run by Rene Redzepi, I'm going to be going there next month for a stage, and I'll be there for about 2 weeks. First week I'll be there by myself with, my mom's going to be there, but she's going to be touring and whatever while I'm out there hustling in the kitchen.
She's a tourist while you're working.
Yeah.
Okay.
But she deserves it, you know what I mean? She works really hard for us, and I'm super glad that she gets to come and join us on this trip. And then my sister Tia, she's going to be joining us next week, and she's going to be hopefully being able to take some pictures and some video of us and of me in the kitchen and whatnot. And so yeah, that's around the corner. And we're trying to schedule a fundraising dinner coming up soon. I think no, I thought you were going to ask that. I'm sorry.
Well, I was going to ask you, where is this internship? Where are you traveling to?
Oh, it's in Denmark. I'm sorry.
That's where the restaurant is.
Yes,
Yeah.
in Denmark.
I
So.
guess that would be good information.
Right.
But yeah, it's in Denmark, in Copenhagen, and a lot of really great restaurants out in that area.
Quite the opportunity then for you to be there and to learn from those chefs and folks that work at that restaurant.
Yeah,
As you mentioned, it's
definitely.
pretty renowned.
I'm a little nervous, but I think I'll be okay. I'll probably doing a lot of grunt work, but just to be able to be in that kitchen, you know, it's an opportunity in itself. And
Right.
I think I'll be the only Navajo to be in that kitchen. I'm not sure if that's true or not, but well, I'll find out.
Yeah, very true. And so you've got a fundraiser kind of in the works to help pay for this trip so you can get over there and learn all these things, right?
Yeah, so this year caught up to us really fast. I mean, I can't believe it's already July. Holy moly. But yeah, we have we're going to be doing a 5-course dining experience, kind of like our Loremi. Loremi's 9 courses. This is going to be 5, so it's a little bit faster, but We have tentative dates from July 19th or the 20th or August 9th through the 10th. So we're working on a venue right now, and Jamie, one of Jamie's good friends, who runs Triple J Ranch, we're trying to work something out with her. Hopefully we can get a secure date as soon as possible, but if you're watching or listening, just keep a lookout on Pioche Food Group on Instagram, Facebook. We also have a website as well. But we're going to be making sure that we put this out, and hopefully you guys might be able to help us get the word out on that as well. Cause,
Yeah, I'll be buying tickets for sure. Not just helping you get the word out. I
Right.
plan to be buying a ticket.
Right, there
The
you
minute
go.
I know the date, I'm securing a spot for my husband and I.
Exactly. So as we say, stay tuned, everyone,
Yeah, stay
right?
tuned.
Because you'll be releasing that date as soon as you get it firmed up, right?
Yes, sir.
And but it'll be probably pretty soon, within the next 30 days, I would say.
Yeah.
It sounds like to me.
Yeah,
So
has to be, because that
then you're going to be
date's
on a
coming
jet.
around the corner.
Yeah. Exactly. But very
Super exciting.
Very exciting. And so with these 5-course meals or the 9-course meals, I mean, that's a pretty different thing that maybe most of us are familiar with, right? So take us through maybe the 5-course. What do you start with, and how do you see that meal progressing, I guess, is my question.
So one thing that we really do feel adamant about is representing tea, because in Navajo, usually when you get invited to somebody's house, you either offered tea or coffee, you know what I mean? And so tea right now is in full season. We've harvested, I don't know how many bundles so far over at my grandma's house. She passed away 2 years ago, but down by the river where she used to live, it just grows like crazy and then wild. And so we try to stay away. For some reason, it grows along the side of the roads. I mean, you've seen it here and there, the Navajo tea, in Latin Thelmosperma, in English green thread. But in Navajo, we call it chilawehe, and it's really good medicine. You know what I mean? It's good for your kidneys. It's good for upset stomach, and so it's medicine. Of course, we try not to charge for that because we feel it's a gift from Mother Earth to us, and we just want to pass that on as well. So we usually start our dinner off with that, like kind of like a toast. You know what I mean? Rich people will do champagne. We do Navajo tea.
All
But
right.
we will always have champagne also as well after that.
Okay.
Just
All right.
because
Fair enough. Fair enough.
we love to have good food as well. And so I do love to highlight vegetables. So I'll do like either a salad or some sort of a take on a salad. I remember one time I did a dried salad. So I took a bunch of different leafy greens and dehydrated them, and then put something a little bit more substantial underneath, and just kind of made like I guess you can say like a teepee kind of a thing, and then you poured your own dressing on top of it and then eat it, and it was pretty cool. Like I really like that one. But then we'll have usually a hot app and a cold app, and then the main entree, and then dessert as well.
And there's your 5 courses.
Yeah.
Okay.
And whenever we do secure a date, the only thing that we really ask for whenever we're scheduling these dinners is if you have any food allergies, you know what I mean? Because that's really important for us. We don't want to send anybody to the hospital.
Right.
But yeah, like I said, we like to play around with that one as much as possible. Tia's really good at taking care of the front of the house. She's very organized. She's very quiet, and just really hospitable. And my mom is the same way. You know what I mean? Those two women are really, really hard workers, and I'm really happy to be able to work with them, because I feel we call ourselves a tripod. If one of us isn't there, it's not the same, you know what I mean? We might fall. But yeah, God's been good, and we're just trying to keep up with everything that's being thrown our way, and hopefully we get as many people as possible to this dinner, and just to help out, because anything helps, you know.
Sure.
And then
Well, you get to enjoy a great meal too.
Yeah,
right.
definitely.
So there's that. So that's wonderful. Well, we're just about out of time. So thank you for coming in.
yeah, of course.
Excited to share your success with our audiences, and to continue to see what you're going to be doing with your career, and it's really exciting that you represent the area so well, and on the world stage now. So
Doing my best, yeah. And actually I got invited to be on 3 different shows. I've been turning them down left and right, but
Well, not this one.
finally-
I'm glad you didn't turn down this one.
I'm finally so Food Network's been reaching out a bunch of times, and I've been saying no because it wasn't really my jam, I guess, back then. But now I'm like, okay, maybe I should just try it out and see what I can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Against these other really great chefs, and so. I have a chance to go back to Italy again after our Copenhagen trip as well, whether it be for this organization called Slow Foods International. There's a food summit called Terra Madre, and they just basically promote stories, food, and people, culture, and all the above. But if I get chosen for this one show, it'll be filming out there, and then the other ones are going to be in Los Angeles. So there's another reason to raise more money as well. So we have 2 tentative, really good big dates coming up.
Very good. Very excited.
But,
Well,
yeah, I'll end with that.
lots of opportunities.
Yeah. Thank
Lots
you
of
both for
opportunities.
having me, though. I appreciate it.
You bet. It's great to have you here. And so again, the website, if folks want to reach out and get in touch with you or hire you for something or have
Yeah.
your food truck somewhere or
Yeah,
whatever, right?
definitely. So look us up on Instagram, Pioche Food Group. We also have Pioche Food Group Facebook, but our website is piochefoodgroup.com. And you'll be talking with Tia or my mom Janice about scheduling anything, and they will take care of you, and I'll be there to cook the food.
Very good. Excellent. Very good. Thank you so much, Justin.
course.
Continued good luck to you.
Thank you.
Jamie Church, we'll see you, I guess, at the Focus on Farmington Coffee event.
Yes. And
All right.
another place you can find Pioche Food Group, of course, is our chamber website. If
Oh,
you
good
just
point.
go to
Yeah.
business directory and start typing it in, it'll come up with their website and everything else. So, that's another place. But yeah,
Okay.
so exciting. Thank
Yeah.
you so much for being on with me this morning.
Yeah,
I
of
love
course.
hearing all the things going on.
Thank you,
right.
Jamie. We appreciate you.
Great. Thank you both.
Appreciate you, Scott, as well.
Well, it's great to have you here. Like I said, we've been trying for a while, so Jamie made it happen. So thank you very much,
bet.
both of you. And continued good luck, Justin. Keep us and stay in touch when you get rich and famous. Don't forget the little people, okay? All right. Good to see you. My guest, Jamie Church from the Farmington Chamber of Commerce, Justin Pioche, Pioche Food Group, here on KSJE.
Tracing Sam Altman's rise to power. From American Public Media, this is Marketplace Tech. I'm Lily Jamali.